Hey guys, if you click this video, you're either brand new to Star Trekker and want to know the best way to stop crashing your truck, or you're a long-time player who wants to make sure you aren't doing anything wrong. In either case, you've come to the right place. I saved the best tip till last, so make sure to stick around for it. Number 10. Stop your truck when you're in trouble. This is such a simple thing to do, but it could have saved me tens of crashes if I knew this when I started playing. If you hit something, stop your truck. If something feels wrong, check all of the indicators on your dashboard. There shouldn't be any warning lights. In Star Trekker, you're constantly moving through space, and it's easy to get distracted by a flat battery or a hole in your hull. But when things go wrong, stopping your truck is always the best course of action. It might seem obvious, but trust me, I learned this the hard way. If there are any warning lights, check to see if there are any batteries that need replacing, and then go outside and check if there are any holes that need patching on the hull. Number 9. Turning off the lights will save power. This one's pretty self-explanatory, but it can buy you quite a lot of time when you're nearly out of power. Number 8. Don't use cruise control. Turn off drive assist instead. Turning off drive assist will turn off the simulated air resistance and allow you to move through space at a constant speed. This is much more fuel efficient than cruise control, but it's much harder to steer, so make sure to turn on drive assist afterwards. Now, I know what you're thinking, but why not just use cruise control? Well, my friend, that's because when you turn off drive assist, once you get up to a speed, you don't have to use any more fuel to keep up that speed. If I knew this when I started, I could have saved hundreds of dollars in fuel costs. Number 7. Never leave your seat with the truck still moving. As tempting as this is, people are really bad drivers. If you're driving a car on a motorway, you wouldn't turn around and play Uno with the boys in the back, however tempting it might be. In the same way, if you need to do anything with the truck, just stop it. People are constantly swerving in front of you, and crashing into them is a surefire way to damage fragile loads, your hull, your careful driving bonus, and your cargo. Also stop the truck if you need to fix anything on your hull, otherwise your spaceship will go forwards and you won't, and you'll be stranded in space. That's the kind of thing that only happens to you once. Here's an example of what happened to me. My gravity generator was out of power. I was a few miles away from my destination, so I thought I could leave my truck going for a while I fixed the generator. Seconds later, boom, $500 down the drain, plus 10 minutes of my time to patch the hull. Hey, if you've made it this far into the video, consider subscribing to help support the channel. Number 6. If you close a menu in a docked station, you can reopen it with the airlock door. This one is a big time saver because you don't have to redock to the station. I mean, who likes spending extra time in space? Not me. But this doesn't just save time, it also saves fuel. You can save resources, power, and maybe even get to your destination sooner because of it. Number 5. After the tutorial, go downstairs and put spare UCCs and batteries into a hard case. This means that they will never be damaged, and you don't have to worry about your bad driving skills. This can save you a lot of money and deaths in the future. I myself have died quite a few times to a UCC failure and not having a good condition UCC to replace it. So remember this from now on. Containers are your friends. Use them. Number 4. The gauge on the right is the oxygen gauge, and it shows how much air you have left. Don't let this run down to 0, otherwise you'll die and lose your cargo. If the number beneath the gauge is negative, you're losing oxygen, and you either need to improve your oxygen generator efficiency or patch some of the leaks. Here's a bonus tip. Keep an eye out for asteroids, and try and avoid them altogether, so try and go on the highways if you can. Nothing's more frustrating than crashing into an asteroid and losing all of your valuable cargo. Number 3. Check the thruster temperatures at the top occasionally. If they're too cold, they won't perform well, so you can flick on the lever to turn choking mode on, which will keep them warm. If they're too hot, they might catch on fire, which would be a pain to fix. So don't always turn choking on. Number 2. Did you know that the 3 lights on the jump gates each have a different meaning? The top light will only turn on when you're at the right distance from the jump gate. The middle light turns on when you're centered and at the right position. The bottom light will only turn on when you've stopped, so if it doesn't turn on, you're still moving slightly and have a bit of momentum. This is really handy because you can spend a lot of time waiting at a jump gate and the lights aren't turning on, but you don't even know why. It's very frustrating when that happens, but follow that code and you can't go wrong. And finally, the most important tip. Number 1, get into your spacesuit if you think you're dying. This would have saved me so many times, but your spacesuit can still protect you for quite a long time, so you can sort out any issue in your ship before you die. I can think of several occasions where this would have saved me and my cargo. You made it to the end, so you're one of the unlucky people who likes watching my videos. But seriously, consider subscribing if you enjoy my content. And thanks for watching.